Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Before we plunge into the absolutely mind-boggling world of the ocean's gentle giants, let me just take a quick moment to send some good vibes your way. To everyone tuning in right now, wherever you are, I truly hope you're feeling fantastic, full of energy, and taking good care of yourselves. Health is the real treasure, so let's all wish for strong bodies and happy hearts today and always. Okay, with that warm thought, get ready to have your perspective on size completely blown apart because we're talking about the blue whale, and specifically, one fact that sounds like pure fiction: a blue whale's tongue weighs as much as an elephant. Let that sink in for a second. Just imagine standing next to an elephant. That huge, powerful creature, its massive frame, the sheer weight of it pressing into the ground. Now, picture that entire weight, and realize that's roughly what just the tongue of a fully grown blue whale tips the scales at. We're talking about something in the ballpark of 3,000 kilograms or even more. That's like 3 small cars, or well over 6,000 pounds. Trying to wrap your head around this is the first step in understanding the truly monumental scale of the largest animal ever known to have existed on our planet, bigger even than the biggest dinosaurs. This isn't just a big animal. It's a creature operating on a whole different level of magnitude. So, why on Earth, or rather, in the ocean, does a blue whale need a tongue that heavy? It all comes down to how it eats. Blue whales are filter feeders. They don't have teeth to chomp down on large prey. Instead, they feast almost exclusively on some of the tiniest creatures in the sea, krill. Think of krill like tiny shrimp, often no bigger than your pinky finger. But here's the thing. A blue whale needs to eat millions of them every single day just to survive. To do that, it uses a strategy called lunge feeding. Picture this. The whale spots a dense swarm of krill. It accelerates towards it, mouth wide open like a colossal living net. Its throat expands massively, ballooning out to take in an absolutely staggering volume of water. We're talking volumes comparable to a large school bus, or even its own body length. This is where the tongue becomes absolutely crucial. That enormous tongue isn't just sitting there, it's a powerful, muscular piston. As the whale engulfs this gigantic gulp of krill-filled seawater, its tongue, which is incredibly thick and muscular, acts like a massive plug at the back of its mouth. When the whale decides it's taken in enough, it starts to close its jaws. Now, here comes the tongue's big moment. With incredible force, this massive muscular organ pushes forward, shoving all that seawater back out through the whale's baleen plates. Baleen plates are like giant, flexible combs made of keratin, the same stuff your fingernails are made of, that hang down from the whale's upper jaw. They act as a superfine filter. The water rushes out, but the tiny krill get trapped inside the baleen fringes. Then, with the seawater expelled and the krill trapped, the whale simply swallows this concentrated, nutritious soup. Imagine trying to filter an entire swimming pool full of water through a sieve to catch thousands of tiny specks. That's essentially what the blue whale does, and it needs that massive, heavy tongue as the powerful piston to force the water out efficiently. Think about the mechanics involved. Pushing out thousands upon thousands of liters of water against the resistance of the baleen plates requires immense strength. That's why the tongue is primarily composed of incredibly dense, powerful muscle tissue. It's not a floppy piece of meat, it's a solid, dynamic engine driving this feeding process. The sheer weight is a direct consequence of the muscle mass needed to generate that force. It's like comparing the engine of a compact car to the massive engine of a heavy-duty truck. The blue whale's tongue is the heavy-duty engine powering its unique feeding mechanism. The size and weight are absolutely necessary for its survival strategy. Now, considering the tongue alone weighs as much as an elephant, let's try to grasp the scale of the entire blue whale. An adult blue whale can easily reach lengths of 30 meters, that's about 100 feet long. Its heart alone is about the size of a small car, pumping thousands of liters of blood through its body. A single beat of its heart can be heard over 3 kilometers away. A human could theoretically swim through some of its largest arteries. When a blue whale calf is born, it's already about 7 meters long and weighs around 3,000 kilograms, coincidentally, about the same as its mother's tongue will eventually be. And it gains weight incredibly fast, drinking hundreds of liters of its mother's incredibly rich milk every day. The mother whale herself needs to consume several million calories daily during the feeding season just to sustain herself and produce milk for her calf. That's why those massive gulps of krill, filtered by that elephant-sized tongue, are so vital. The tongue itself is surprisingly flexible despite its size and weight. It's anchored deep within the whale's massive lower jaw and extends forward. Its surface isn't smooth, it has grooves and ridges, and it might even have taste buds, although how whales perceive taste in the vast ocean is still a bit of a mystery to scientists. Its color is generally a bluish-gray, similar to the whale's underside, and it has a thick, rubbery texture. When you see footage of a blue whale with its mouth open, that huge, cavernous space you see is largely defined by the volume above the tongue and the expandable throat pleats below it. The tongue forms the floor of this temporary cavern. It's not just heavy, it's a key structural component defining the feeding apparatus. How do scientists even know how much it weighs? Obviously, you can't just pop onto a blue whale and ask it to stick its tongue on a scale. Most of our precise measurements come from unfortunate situations where blue whales have died, either naturally or due to human activities like ship strikes and washed ashore. Scientists carefully examine these stranded giants, taking detailed measurements of every part, including the tongue. They dissect it, weigh it, and study its structure and composition. This is how we have such accurate figures confirming the incredible mass. Observations of live whales feeding, using underwater cameras and drones, also help us understand how this massive organ functions dynamically in its natural environment. We see the power of that tongue piston in action, expelling vast plumes of filtered water. The existence of such a massive tongue, and indeed the whole blue whale, highlights some fascinating points about life in the ocean and evolution. It shows how life can scale up to incredible sizes when the conditions allow. The ocean provides buoyancy, supporting immense weights that would collapse under their own gravity on land. The abundance of tiny krill, concentrated in vast swarms, provides the energy source necessary to fuel such a gigantic body. Evolution sculpted the blue whale perfectly for this niche. The streamlined body for efficient movement, the enormous mouth and expandable throat for bulk feeding, the baleen plates for filtering, and crucially, that colossal, powerful tongue to make the filtering process work. Every piece, including the tongue weighing as much as a land mammal giant, fits perfectly into its survival strategy. It's also a humbling reminder of our place in the natural world. We build huge ships and structures, but the blue whale is a naturally occurring marvel of biology that dwarfs our largest creations. Its tongue alone outweighs most things we encounter in our daily lives. This fact isn't just a quirky piece of trivia, it's a gateway to appreciating the sheer wonder and scale of biodiversity on Earth, particularly in the oceans we still know relatively little about. It forces us to confront the reality of creatures living lives on a scale almost unimaginable to us. When you look out at the ocean, remember that beneath the waves swims an animal whose tongue represents the mass of one of the most impressive land animals we know. Finally, this incredible fact underscores the importance of protecting these magnificent creatures and their environment. Blue whales were hunted to the brink of extinction during the whaling era. While some populations are slowly recovering thanks to international protection, they still face significant threats. Ship strikes can be fatal for these slow-moving giants. Underwater noise pollution from ships and industrial activity disrupts their communication and navigation. They use low-frequency sounds to talk to each other over vast distances. Changes in ocean temperature and currents due to climate change can affect the distribution and abundance of their crucial krill prey. Entanglement in fishing gear is another serious danger. Protecting the blue whale means protecting the health of the entire ocean ecosystem, ensuring krill populations thrive, and mitigating human impacts like shipping noise and pollution. The survival of an animal whose tongue weighs as much as an elephant depends on our collective actions and respect for the marine world. So, the next time you hear about an elephant or see one, maybe take a second to think about the blue whale. That massive land animal gives us a tangible, relatable measure for understanding a single part of an even more colossal ocean dweller. The blue whale's elephant-sized tongue is more than just a shocking statistic. It's a symbol of nature's capacity for the extraordinary, a testament to the power of evolution, and a powerful call to appreciate and safeguard the wonders hidden beneath the ocean surface. It's a fact that stretches our imagination and fills us with awe for the planet we share. Thanks for joining me to explore this incredible piece of natural history. Stay curious, stay healthy, and take care out there.